dog. And guess what? We're doing it again. And real derpo dork, I really hope you watch this time. Let's see if we can find that defect you keep talking about that's in Elon Musk software. All right, here we go. So, all right, as usual, recording. So, like, this is going to be, you know, crappy quality, whatever. We do what we can. You know, actually, is this like, is the orientation? Yeah, I guess the orientation's right. I hope somebody will ping me in the chat if it looks wrong. But anyway, we're going to go to Starbucks and, you know, do that ritual grande latte enema. Version 14 is doing a much better job of three-point turns or multi-point turns. It certainly does not spend as much time thinking about it as it used to. That's great.
Now turn left onto Marshall Road.
What is it, Croy? What is it? What is it? This is boring. Why are we still in the car? Why is your Labrador not eating right now? Don't worry, this is our last stop. Full self dog. What? He's trying not to look at me. He's totally giving me the side eye right now. This actually is a Tesla FSD demonstration, but the dog is more interesting to watch while we sit at this stoplight. Here we go. Hey guys, this is Real Derpo Dork here. Elon Musk, your defective software must be banned. Come up with some new material, dude. Really. I mean, at least try to make a case. Like, you don't, like, absolutely nothing you say is compelling. Of course, I'm one to talk. I have no followers. I think for streaming, one thing I would like to try, unfortunately, I don't think you can do this with the iOS application, even with like an iPad. But one thing I really want to try is using Streamlabs to combine multiple GoPros with my usual like overlay. So you see like, you know, the forward windscreen. Oh, look at that. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. While I'm yammering, there was a beautiful FSD moment right there. It spotted the traffic cones well in advance and got over into the left lane, you know, well in advance of actually needing to. That was great. Beautiful. So anyway, I was saying that I'd like to figure out a way to use some better streaming software to compose, you know, my center display view and then my forward windshield view into one for these live streams. Yeah, I felt that break. That was cool. becoming increasingly convinced that the jerkiness is not, it's not an accident. Like, look at that. Look at that. Holy crap. I mean, it was a plastic bag, but you don't know that until you're on top of it. So it sees an obstacle in the road and slowed down abruptly and then maneuvered around it. Like, that was brilliant. I am really impressed. This is such great software. Everybody should be using this. That's right, they should. You should listen to the Full Self Dog, Full Self Lab. You know, maybe that's what I'll because X is just never released that account. They hate their customers.
In 1,000 feet, enter the roundabout and take the second exit.
I'd like to make a shout out to Tech Operator for reposting my post about first impressions with FSD 14. Last I checked, you don't have it yet. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. You deserve it more than I do. Because you're smarter and you're stronger and better looking than me, I think. I don't know. You use an AI generated avatar. But then my avatar is that dog right there. Look at the cute little puppies. They're cuddling.
In 1 mile, veer left to stay on McCaslin Boulevard.
That was really impressive when it avoided that red obstacle. Once again, it's another big example of why LiDAR is not required for vehicle autonomy. You do not need it. It does not solve any problem that is not solved by vision. Oh, but what about rain and fog? I have news for you people. Lasers are beams of light. They are subject to diffusion, and crap, I'm blanking on the term for when a laser dispersion in spread of the beam. So the farther away it travels from the vehicle, the nearer the beam gets. You know, lasers are not perfect lines; they are cones. And as they disperse and then they bounce back, yeah, sure, you get a dot, but the error margin increases exponentially, or is it exponential? It's not linear. It's worse than linear as it travels away from the vehicle. And so the signal that you get bounced back to you is actually less accurate than with vision, especially because the arc distance between the beams is like, it destroys the resolution of it. Like, you know, if you fire out a LiDAR pulses, objects that are close, yeah, you'll get a dense-ish point mesh. But like seeing things that are 100 feet away, like, yeah, you're going to get like a tiny handful of dots on the order of tens. That is so much less information than vision. But going back to, fog and rain, well, yes, like the fog and rain will diffuse and scatter the beam. Like, that will happen. And there are already like well-researched techniques from as far back as 2010 finding that we can actually see through fog pretty great by shifting perspective, which we can do because we have 3 cameras up there and with like temporal indicators. So yeah, just because your human eye your visual cortex is bad at quantization doesn't mean the computers are too. That's why FSD can see perfectly fine at night, and why it can correctly gauge the size of vehicles based on headlights alone. All the armchair advocates or armchair critics, whatever you want to call them, who are adamant about this, seem to figure they know more than, what's his name, Rani on X. And of course, there are just countless demonstrations of modern techniques of using vision to reconstruct a 3D model in real time. Like, it's just with like a single point of view. Like, we don't even need stereo. So everyone who's like, oh, we need radar and sonar and LiDAR on top of vision, like, no, you don't. Like, this is a failed engineering endeavor, and it is only a matter of time. You know, I almost wonder if Waymo and Zoox and the others, I almost wonder if they haven't already figured this out, and they can't publicly admit it, so they're just going to keep putting LiDAR pods on their cars, but not actually use them in the software. I mean, that's far-fetched, because the economics of that make no sense. Or the pods are just empty. Who knows? Let's put a bunch of, like, plastic piñatas all over the car. I'm sure I'm wrong on that, but, like, the scientists and engineers who are building self-driving systems, I will not be the least bit surprised. I fully expect, you heard it here first, someday they're going to come out and they're like, yeah, we've basically been dropping our LiDAR data for years. It wouldn't surprise me at all. LiDAR is a marketing gimmick. It's a marketing gimmick at this point. Like, you know, somehow all the skeptics of vision-only systems have convinced some people who have no expertise whatsoever on the subject that unless you fire off a few laser beams, you can't reconstruct the environment. Which, I mean, just, have they ever seen this? Have they ever seen this interface right here? Which, like, beautifully reconstructs the environment around the car. Like, do they know that exists, right? That the simulation here shows everything you need to know. Like, the lines, and when you come to a slow and you're at low speeds maneuvering through tight areas like parking lots, or even out of my garage, when I pan this thing around, it's amazing to me how accurate the model is. Don't need LiDAR. Totally useless. Causes more trouble. Gives nothing back. There is no upside and a whole lot of downsides. So the Church of LiDAR Saints can, well, I mean, they'll be proven wrong. This system will be unsupervised. Like, that is a fact. That will happen. I don't know when. As I've elucidated before, I don't care when.
500 feet. Turn
When is irrelevant to me. Brilliant.
Now turn left.
Earlier versions of 13, I will confess, made a left turn there. And this is interesting. This is, I think, is probably one of the bigger challenges of FSD, is the Google Map data there is so wrong.
Indiana Street.
Just does a terrible job of navigating in tricky situations like this. But FSD is smart enough
In 500 feet.
to remember, like, where was I actually trying to go again? And let's go there instead of, like, the wrong direction. Okay, so we're pulling into this parking lot over here. And yes, the phone trained online so that you all know that I'm not driving.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
You have another car in the alley. You have some free parking spots. And I think it's going to try to back into that spot. Oh, and it is. Are you pressed, Full Self Dog? Yes, this is very impressive. Now where's my breakfast? It's coming, dude. I mean, it's incredible. Bravo, Tesla AI. Bravo. I mean, that is the completion of drive number 5, 4 of which I have live streamed, and every one of them has been perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, hey, somebody just signed on. I have a viewer. Wow. Thanks for joining. You're probably about to drop off when I start talking at you. Unfortunately, the drive is over. I just arrived at my destination and I need my coffee. Full Self Dog, thanks you for joining. Please grab back and watch the earlier parts of this, like especially the previous video. Oh, you look tired, buddy. You look sleepy. The previous video was more impressive with the arrival at the destination. Like, it was brilliant to see. It's okay, buddy. It was brilliant to see FSD pull into a supercharger stall. I enjoyed that. So, whoever is watching, if you found me on X, please reply. I'm super thrilled that one person is watching this live stream. Yes, Full Self Dog really appreciates your viewership and your engagement. I thank you for it, and I hope you have a great weekend. And I'm hungry, and I wish that my owner would stop screwing around on YouTube and take me home and feed me. Okay, with that, Full Self Dog out.